everyone lies. Oops, wrong turn. Like House says, everyone lies. And I believe that. I agree with that. But, lying is... I don't think it's good to just say everyone lies and just be like, well, that's the way of the world. Or it is what it is. I fucking hate when people say it is. It's like, shut the fuck up. You might as well just say, I don't know, some bullshit. It means nothing. It's a filler statement. So fucking annoying. But you shouldn't just say everyone lies and just accept that you're going to get lied to and people are going to lie to you and you're going to lie to people, whatever. Fuck lying, don't lie. You know, there's a reason lying is considered a sin, right? There's a reason that to act in poor faith is sinful. Not that this is like a biblical thing, but essentially for all of eternity to lie is to do something objectively bad, right? But lying isn't simply just saying something that isn't true, right? And so that's what I've been coming to realize, is lying is actively choosing, so that's important. Like you can't lie subconsciously, or you can't lie unconsciously. Like you don't lie by mistake, in my opinion, at least for myself. Like I don't think you can lie on accident. So what I'm realizing is a lie is a choice that goes against what your conscience would want. Not that your conscience is something that like wants or doesn't want, but a lie is something that you know on some level is in poor faith to yourself, right? And that's why the conscience is important, is like to say or do something or to not do something that you feel deeply on an internal level should be done or shouldn't be done, or should be said or shouldn't be said. So I do believe that if you think something needs to be said and you don't say it, that is a lie. If you think something should be done and you don't do it, like truly feel, I should say, because thoughts get all convoluted and there's different whatever. But if on a deep level you feel as though there's some sort of action you should take and you don't take it, that is a form of lying. And I'm, I was sort of mulling over this earlier, and I've come to realize that there's a very important reason it's almost universally said that you shouldn't lie. All schools, all religions, all institutional forms of conditioning, state that lying is something that should not be done or avoided at all costs. And that's because the more you lie, it's not as simple as like, well, if you lie, then you have to remember your lie and then you have to lie again to make up for the first lie. It's not surface level like that. I think to lie is to separate yourself from your identity. That's what I'm realizing. Like even small lies, even inconsequential acts of poor faith remove you from your identity, because they replace that with the identity of the lie. They replace it with the identity of the person that exists within the lie, or the person that tells the lie, which isn't you, because as I said in the beginning, a lie by definition is something that you inherently know not to be true. So lying separates you from yourself, and perpetual lying will lead to a complete lack of self-identity, in my opinion. And again, everyone lies. Like, House says it. I like House. I think it's a good show. I just started watching it. I'm on like season 1 or whatever, but it's probably not as good as I think. But I think he's a fascinating character, right? He's sort of this like super cynical, brilliant, but continuously in pain, physical pain, emotional pain. He's lonely, but he has this really thorough understanding of humanity, or at least the human condition. And he says everyone lies, and he lies. And I don't think House is a role model. I don't think House is someone to model yourself after, but it's just, I'm realizing it's dangerous how commonplace lying is, and almost like virtuous. Like, in so many forms of media, a lie leads to reckoning. A lie leads to the truth. A lie leads to the happy ending or whatever. But really, the only way to seek the truth is to act in truth. And that doesn't mean that you spill everything on your mind and you always share all the information you have about XYZ, or you know, it doesn't mean that you're this open book just to be read and manipulated by your surroundings. But it does mean that if you're faced with a situation where you either take an action or make a statement that your mind knows isn't true, but technically will lead to a result that you want, or at least will lead to some sort of gratification or ease, some release of some relief from stress, but it's a lie. And on the other hand, you have another option that might be not what you want to say, or not what you want to share, or not what you want to do, but it's in line with your conscience. You know, it feels on an intrinsic level that it is in good faith. You should always take the latter of those two choices, even though it, in many, almost maybe the majority of situations, doesn't lead to what would be, at least in the moment, the outcome you want. To act in good faith is to act in line with your identity, and it's to act in good faith is to to behave in a manner that ultimately will lead you to whatever it is you deserve. Whatever it is, it will lead you to everything that you could possibly get, everything that you could possibly do, and everything that you are owed will only come through actions of good faith. Because anything that comes through an action of poor faith is not coming to you. It's coming to a caricature of you. It's coming to a version that was created via an action in line with something that isn't you. So I know that got really nonsensical at the end there, but that's my opinion on lying. Always find a way to say what is true, and to do what you know on a deep level is right, even if on a higher level it may even seem to be wrong. Trust the internal compass, which our conscience is there to show us. Trust what that compass leads us to do, and we will find ourselves, and we will find the ultimate truth, the singular truth. Okay, it's getting abstract. That's enough for now. Adios.